Hello twin flames and welcome to the DM to DF reading for Sunday. So I'm going to use the masculine mind oracle today to bring in a message. So what do the masculines want you to know today from their minds, their heart and soul? So the big message today is numb. He's saying sometimes it's easier to stay numb to distract my mind when it keeps wandering back to you. I can't face my feelings just yet. Now the moon is bringing in power so that we work through our fears and we acknowledge and face our feelings. And that came through earlier today in that reading. So the masculine is saying to you, I've been numbing things up. So what I'm actually feeling with this is two things. I'm feeling he may have had to have dental work done and he had to have an anaesthetic. Okay, maybe he had to have a tooth out or he had to have some work done on an existing filling or a crown or something like that. So he had to have a new one. So I feel he may have been numbed up. Okay, I'm not saying today because obviously it's a Sunday, but I feel that he may have been through that or that may be coming in. For some of the masculines, not all. And for some of the masculines, they may have been numbing themselves with alcohol or other substances that, tend to, it doesn't really work anyway, but it may give a high for a moment, but then it really does descend into chaos. So when we drink alcohol, I haven't done that for a long, long time, but, we do it because we want to feel better. That's why we have it. We think if we drink that drink, we're going to feel better. But we have to keep having a drink then because it doesn't really take the pain away. So I feel what he's saying is sometimes it's easier to stay numb. That means to drink alcohol or do other things. So it distracts his mind because it keeps coming back to you and it makes him very emotional. He said, I can't face my feelings just yet. So I feel that this is about alcohol. Not for all, for some. Okay, so it's Sunday, maybe they're feeling, a bit hungover from yesterday, Saturday night, or they're having a drink today. Because it's a Sunday, maybe they're having a drink out at dinner time or, but it feels like they're trying to deal with the feelings and they're struggling. So he's saying, I can't face my feelings just yet. Give me time. Give me a moment. Let me breathe. But this full moon is coming in with power to allow them to work through it in a healthy way. We've got vulnerability. So he's also saying the reason why I try and numb the feelings or the emotions is because I feel vulnerable. Now, as I'm connecting with this, they're definitely giving me tooth pain. That's connected with decisions and they give me a little bit of a headache. So when the masculines feel pressured because they know they have to make changes, they know there's adjustments to make, they get stressed out and then they can go within. So that's another reason why they run or they hide or they block you, because they feel pressured, because they feel vulnerable. And he's saying, you see the deepest, truest parts of me, my vulnerable heart. You understand me in ways that no one else does. I'm still getting comfortable with that. And wow, they just made me bite the inside of my cheek. So it can be very uncomfortable for them to feel that you know them better than they know themselves. It can be very uncomfortable because, you see into their soul. And as much as they are excited by that and they want and love that, it does scare them too. And this is when there's change going on and, adjustments and, feelings coming up. Everything's coming up to the surface. So he's saying, my world has changed in miraculous ways. And it just gives me a little bit of nausea and vertigo. So it's like the world's moved. Nothing will ever be the same, and then there was you. He's saying, my world has changed in miraculous ways. Nothing will ever be the same now that I know you. Nothing will ever be the same. It can't go back. It can only go forward. So he's saying that to you. You're the miracle that came into my life, but it's also made me feel vulnerable and it's made me feel a bit afraid and I'm trying to work it all out. So give me a moment. Give me a moment to process and understand. I want to be with you. I want to be connected with you in every way. Mentally, spiritually, emotionally, and definitely sexually. So this is like he's saying, I'm not just attracted to your body. I'm attracted to your heart, your mind, your soul, everything. You turn me on in so many ways. You turn my mind on. So he's excited by the conversations. He's stimulated by, the way that you stimulate his mind, as well as his body. Obviously, you stimulate the body, You have this amazing attraction and this passion and desire, but it's so much more. That's why you get on so well and have so much fun. You make each other laugh as well. You have fun and, you have good and bad times together. You've seen the worst and the good in each other, and you bring out the worst and the good in each other too. But you have these moments where nothing else matters. And he's saying, I get so close to having it all with you, and then fear steps in and I have to pull away. I'm so sorry. It hurts to stay away. I will return. So he is returning to you. And again, every masculine is different, but they are on the same pathway. So in other words, some of them are going to return today. Some of them are going to return tomorrow, in a few days, or next week, or next month, or even a year from now. So you have to be patient with the timing of your journey, especially if there is things like alcohol or karmic situations or other things going on, children, other things affecting the connection. You are a very powerful spiritual being. You're very intelligent. You know the ins and outs of your connection. So trust in that too. And that will also bring in clarity. Okay, because you understand. Some of you will be watching this thinking, well, I understand and know that I still have work to do myself, that I still need to release myself from things. And then we get clear about that and we say, okay, so I'm okay with the timing. Others of you know that you are ready and you've worked through what you need to work through and the time is now. So you're opening my eyes to brand new possibilities. Now the masculine has got this vision, a new vision, and he wants to fix things and do it right. And I see now what I could never see before I knew you. So he's saying, you've opened my eyes, and that makes him feel vulnerable too, especially about his life, because, he can go through those moments of insecurity and fear where he feels like a failure. He feels like he's let you down and let the world down and let himself down. And he has to come out of that too. Forgive me. I know that I've hurt you. Forgive me. I've been careless and selfish. Forgive me. I've been careless and selfish by taking time out when you needed me. So if you needed him for anything, not only were you learning, thank you, angels. Obviously, when we need our twin the most, we think that we need them to feel better. We learn as a divine feminine that all we actually do need is already here. We learn to connect with ourselves and source. We learn that, wow, our twin is in here after all. I don't need to go out there looking for, validation of this love, or for him to help me in some way, or be there for me, or listen to me. He's already here with me. He's already listening to me. He's connected with me. And then we feel at peace, and we know that we connect with God, and God gives us everything we need anyway, because God is our source. So he's teaching you that lesson. But he's also showing you here that he understands. They give me fear. He understands he hurt you. And he's saying, it was careless and selfish of me. I'm so sorry I wasn't there when you needed me at that particular time. Because I feel that at that time, he wasn't sure he could actually be what you needed him to be. And he's saying, I wasn't strong enough. I'm sorry. And this happens sometimes when we lose someone. When we lose someone, or we have a loved one in the hospital, or we really need a reassuring text from them, or just to know they care, and it's silent. Radio silence, and we're like, what's going on? He doesn't want to add to your pain. He may not think he can help, and he goes into his own insecurity and fear. So remember, it's never about you, it's always about them. You find your strength from within, divine feminine. You are a warrior of love. Sleepless. Anxiety keeps me awake at night. My life has changed since I met you. So he's really getting across how much his life has changed for the better since he's met you. But it's also pushed him into that mirror work where he's had to grow and look at himself clearly and gain clarity and really reevaluate absolutely everything in his life. And then there was you. There was before you, and then you, and now. And it's as simple as that. And he's saying, I'm trying to figure out what all of this means. I don't want to lose you. I'm so sorry. I know I've hurt you. I know I've been careless. I know I've been selfish. I know I should have been there for you, but I wasn't strong enough. I hope you understand. I hope you realise that I want you to be happy. I hope you realise how powerful our connection is, and that I want you in so many ways, not just physically, but emotionally, to be best friends, to be lovers, to be intimate, to be partners for life. And lust, your eyes are perfect. Your lips are so kissable. I need to spend a few hours alone with you. So he's definitely fantasizing about being with you, especially the closer we get to Valentine's Day, because it's just that romantic energy that's in the air, and he wants to show that. So he's letting you know that, he is thinking of you in that way. He is turned on to you, and he's saying your eyes are perfect. Why? Because the eyes are the windows of the soul. That's why you connect in that way. And your lips are so kissable. Kissing your twin is heaven. Okay? Kissing is heavenly. Kissing is so much more intimate on this twin flame journey than the act of being intimate itself. The making love. When you kiss, the fireworks are going off. And we've had that sign coming through for the firework energy, the power, the passion. I need to spend a few hours alone with you. So he's letting you know he fully intends to return and spend some time with you and be with you and show you how he feels, whether that's being intimate in a sexy way, or it's about having a deep conversation, or making each other laugh, or being playful, or going out somewhere, or staying in somewhere. He's saying, this is what I want to do. And I'm sorry right now that I'm dealing with it this way. I'm feeling a little bit numb. And numbness isn't also always connected with these things I've mentioned, like the dentist or alcohol. It could be, he just feels cold. He's been hurt and he's feeling vulnerable. So he's put his barriers up, his shields up, and he's taking them down. So the big message is there's a big miracle here. There's a big blessing in disguise. We just sometimes have to look a bit closer. And when your masculine seems to be cool or cold, they're actually very, very vulnerable. And they're a little bit afraid. So be at peace with this journey, Divine Feminine. Your masculine's mind today is on you and how they can bring in change. I hope this helps. Have a great day, and I'll see you soon.